What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel once again. So recently I got sent this brand new xTool D1 Pro. This is the 20-watt diode laser. And they also sent me the air assist tool along with the rotor attachment to check out. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed. Let's see what's inside and let's check this puppy out. All right, so I got this all taken out of the box, and as you can see, this is everything that it comes with, including over here you can see the rotary tool and the air assist. And as I was taking this out of the box, I think you were able to tell that this was really nicely packaged. Everything came in its own separate box and was really well done. The instruction manuals, a list of things that you can make is shown, which is really nice. It did come with the materials pack to test out a whole bunch of different things, so looking forward to that. Even the glasses came in its own case, which is really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all set up. I'm not going to bore you with all that, so sit back and I'll be right back once I get this all set up. All right, so I got this all put together, and this only took about an hour probably to get set up. But I went ahead and added a spoil board underneath, and as you can see, I put grid lines on here already. That way it's very simple for me to mark where I want to set a piece up, and I can go in Lightburn, set this exactly where I want it to, and hit go. There's no messing around, moving stuff. So if you're looking for this file, which I'll show you here in a minute on Lightburn, but definitely a plus. You can see the little 3D printed feet that I added to make sure the machine stays in place and doesn't wobble or move. I'm going to go ahead and get some engravings tested on some different material that they supplied. So let's try this out. Let's see what happens. But first, let's head right over to Lightburn. Okay, so here we are over in Lightburn, and I just picked this picture of Louise from Bob's Burgers. And as you can see, I have this grid already lined up that I printed onto the spoil board. And if you're looking for this file, I can put it in the description down below so you can download it if you think this will be helpful for you. So let's take her, and so I can position this to, let's say, 100 and 100. So let's head on back, and I have this set to 4,000 speed, which is 4,000 millimeters per second, and 30% power. And I did a fill and a line. So let's go over to the machine and I'll show you how easy this is to set back up. So all I have to do is set the piece to those dimensions, which is right there. And in Lightburn, if I go and I click on frame, it puts the crosshairs right at that exact spot that I need it to be. So let's just go ahead and get this started. I'm just going to go ahead and get start, and let's see how this goes. Okay, so that has finished. Now I'm not sure if you can hear that, but I am using the air assist. So I'll just go ahead and turn that off. That way we don't hear that. And if I go back into Lightburn, I can rehome this and send it back. Let's take a look. I think that came out awesome. So let's set up another project and let's do I'll do a piece of stainless steel and let's see how that engraves. All right, so I got the stainless steel all set up. And as you can see, it's right here down at the little corner. So if we click frame, we can see the area that it's going to engrave. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. Let's see how this goes. All right, so the stainless steel has finished engraving. Let's home that, get that out of the way, and let's take a look. I'll just wipe off the residue. And as you can see, I think that came out really well. It did kind of warp it a little bit. I think it just got too hot. So I was really excited to try out this rotary tool that I have hooked up, and I'm just gonna test it out on this dowel that I have right here. So this is like 32 millimeters in diameter, so you will have to set this up in Lightburn. However, I won't show you all the settings and what you have to change in this video. So we'll get that set up, and I do already have this aligned with the proper height. So all I have to do is frame this on where I want it. And I will be running this at 6,000 millimeters per minute at 30% power. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on the air assist and we'll hit start. All right, so that has finished. Let's take a look. See if it'll focus there. But as you can see, I think that came out great. There we go. So I'll try doing a few more projects with this machine. I won't do any more with the rotary tool. That might be a separate video, but I really do like how this works. So I'll just run a few more projects and we'll be right back after that. So I went ahead and did a few more tests on this. And right here you can see I did some stamps. As you can see, I think that works really well. I also did my own custom stamp, which it doesn't fit on this pad because it's too small. So I'll just kind of ink it up the best I can. And there you have it. I also did the wood piece that I showed. This is just a dragon. I did this on tile. This was like a light orange underneath and then black on top. And I also cut out some little boxes. This is just a mystery box. Along with the treasure chest. And I did kind of break it right there when I was taking it off and putting it together. Oops. But that was my mistake. So overall, what do I think about this machine? I think this is fantastic. It has a nice big build area. The laser is huge. This is the 20-watt laser, and it's just massive compared to the other ones that I've tried before. This is a beast. Now, I do have a few issues with it, and when I was setting up this grid, I couldn't make it all the way to the specified marks that they said, which was 430 by 400. I actually had to cut the grid short because, as you can see, the laser is just too big and it can't go all the way to reach it. And when I was trying the first few times, I would get the alarm set off because it hit the limit switches. So not a huge deal. I've only lost maybe 10 or 20 millimeters at the most. So not a huge deal, but it didn't affect me one bit, and I still think it works great. It makes it very easy to align the pieces to exactly the precise location that you want it to start. And setting it up with absolute coordinates and Lightburn makes it really, really simple. I do really like the cherry red color on this. They do have the other option, which is the flat metal gray, I believe. But I really, really like the red. The rotary tool that it comes with is awesome. It has many different setups, and as you can see, I just did this quick one on a dowel. But it has options to have the chuck on there, to have it rotate different ways for different pieces that you are using, whether it's a ring, whether it's a glass or whatnot. It makes it really, really handy, along with the air assist, just to blow it away. So definitely a good feature to have. It helps prevent some of the charring, like when I was cutting the wood out. As you can see, I don't have the honeycomb bed on here yet, so until I get that, I will get some of this charring along the sides and bottoms, but not a big deal to me. And from the top, you can't even tell on the sides that there's any charring whatsoever. This was the one I cut out, and this was one pass. I think this was 200 millimeters per minute at 100% power. And this cut through, this is 12 millimeter, a little over poplar board, and it cut it out just fine with no problem. Also, one of the other features I really like is that it does come with the Wi-Fi. So if you want to set this up, you can. And I had to use xTool Creative Space, and as you can see, it's not hooked up to my computer at all. But over here, if you just click on Connect Device, I can go into Wi-Fi device, click the xTool D1, and now it's connected. And as you can see right here, I just have in hello just for an example. And I can move the laser over by 20 millimeters. The speed's just set at 50. And it works just fine. So having the option to use a Wi-Fi to me is a huge thing. Now, I still prefer to use Lightburn just because it's a lot more powerful. It is a paid software to use, where the xTool Creative Space is free. So if that's out of your budget, the xTool Creative Space will work just fine, and you can connect it by USB or by Wi-Fi. The choice is yours. But if you have a slower computer or laptop, or maybe your desktop is farther away, hooking it up by Wi-Fi might be an easier option for you. I did add the spoil board underneath, along with adding in these little feet on the corners just to keep it stable so it doesn't move. And as you can see, my table is a little wobbly if I move it, just because it's not the greatest table. It's cheap. So you're going to want to use a flat surface if you're running higher speeds. And when I was testing this, and I was doing it at about 24,000 millimeters per minute, occasionally I would set an alarm off, because this does have a trigger if it senses movement, if it lifts up or tilts, or with the flame detection or smoke detection, the alarm will go off as well. And that also went off when I was doing some of the rubber stamps, because I was just doing it entirely too slow and creating too much smoke. So keep that in mind. I really like how this came packaged and everything that it came with. The booklet is really nice, that shows you step-by-step details on everything that it comes with and exactly how to put it together. This did not take that long to set up, probably an hour. So yeah, very well done on that part. I do like the limit switches right here. They're not your typical ones that click. These just sense when the electronic gets there. and it'll stop. And it has them on all the sides, so it's not just one side or two sides. Over here in the front is the main control board, and that's where you have the TF card that goes right here, as you can see. And if you wanted to hook up the rotary tool, you can just unplug this, plug in the rotary tool right here, and you're all set to go. It's very easy to turn on, just one flip of a button, like that, and you'll see the light come on right here. You have the power adapter and the USB right here on the side as well. I like that the laser shows the crosshairs of where you're going to start the engraving or cutting. And it's very easy to move it up and down by just rotating the lever, tightening that down, and you're all set. You have the knob to adjust the height from 0 up to 6 millimeters. So if you're cutting something that's thicker and you wanted to try and cut some thicker wood, it's very easily able to just adjust the plate by turning this knob and sliding it up and down and then tightening back up. So if I want this to engrave the wood, I'm going to just slide it down to where that touches. It's right about there. Tighten it back up. And all I got to do is flip the little lever back up and we're all set to go. So I think overall this is probably one of the best laser engravers that I've used for a diode. At 20 watts, this thing is a beast. I would highly recommend this. It does come at a pretty high price point, around $1,200 for it. And if you wanted to include the air assist, the rotary tool, you're looking at another $300-400. So this can get pricey, but this is a professional one. This thing is awesome, and I would highly recommend it to anybody that's looking to do some cool things, make some stuff, because as you can see, it cuts a lot of different material. It engraves everything really, really great. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, ring the bell, get notified of all the new videos that come out each week. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.